Hi and welcome to the Skin Clinic. This is the PRIISEK channel and we've got something a little bit different for you today. This is our new feature, which is a deep dive into what will be Football Manager skins. And we'll be starting with the PRIISEK skin, of course. So people who are new to the channel, please do subscribe to this channel. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and get notified of future uploads when we do deep dives in the future. Lots of futures, but you never know what's in the future. With Football Manager, the skins are developed all the time, and particularly with my skin, we're changing it all the time. There's updates constantly, and today it's the first look at the new update. Yes, so here we are with the PRIISEK Pro Skin, and you'll see straight away, unlike 99% of the skins out there which don't have the full background available, with the basic version you have a cutoff just around where you see the league table training, just across there. There's a cutoff zone which you just have that top section, so you don't get the full benefit of obviously the Pro Skin. The Pro Skin is a donation based skin of £1.50 donation. Just a small little token gesture really for all the work that's put into this. And what we're going to do with this, each episode we're going to work on a certain part of the skin. Today we'll be doing the home screen. Next one will be the inbox, squad, dynamics, so on, as you can see down through, which is the sidebar. That's what we call this piece down here, is the sidebar. So in future, anybody says to you sidebar, that's where you need to be. This is it. So as we can see, with an overview of our home screen, this is where you will fall. Each time you load up Football Manager, this is exactly the place where you will be. And as we can see, it starts off right in the center there. Look at that, home. It's got it there in white, and it also have your name and the club that you are managing, or if you're starting off unemployed, it will say unemployed in that part there. Also, you'll see when I hover here, there is also a search option. Click on that and you can then type whatever you want to search for whoever you want, depending on whether it's a player, a club, whoever. And what you can do, either press return or you just press search there, then you press return and it will come up with the home screen. So anything that's got a home screen or home in the title will pop up with all these options. But like I said, we are working on the home screen, and as you can see, there is a background. Some people like it, some people don't. If you want the backgrounds, you have to go to sortitout.net. They will allow you to download their content. Link will be in the description. But the other options we've got, if you see the BS button, yes, I know, BS, background selector, that's correct, you got it right, yeah. Background selector. You can then change your background. Green background, blue, different pitch again, different type of blue, just a pure black. Stadium, which will stay exactly the same all the time, and again another stadium view. And then you can also change your opaque. So if we go to the green screen there, I will just change this to 0 and see how much brighter it is. And then you go incrementally up in percentage all the way up to 80%. So then you can see it's quite a dark skin now. And you can also do the same when you're in here, have more of your background on show. So go up through to 80% if you wish. There is an option to download 80% in the skin if anybody requests that they want, I don't know, 10% say. We can do that and put that option in the download, but obviously this is purely for a donation basis only. Okay, so we'll keep it on 80%. We'll keep it on the green for the minute, just to give you an overview of what we're doing. Okay, so you will see league table. We've got it in two different places, just purely to show you the two different options that we've got. And when you've got it on the smaller window rather than the larger window, you have the whole table. Gives you obviously your games played, how many you've won, drawn, lost, goal difference, and your points. When you have it on the bigger window, you only go down to sort of 19th, 18th place, but it does give you a form guide and also a league position where you've been for most of the season. As you can see with my Truro City save here, we started off near the top, drifted down a bit, was up and down, up and down, up and down, second first, and stayed first for quite a long while near the end of the season, where we dominated our division. And just gives you an overview so you can see your form guide, and depends on how you want to do it really. And as you hover on a certain part, it will tell you the games that were played and the scores as well. So you can see, obviously you can't click on them, it just gives you an idea on the games. Also, what we'll do, we'll go through the options and show you what is in each of the categories. All of these windows can have all of the same things. You could have every single window on exactly the same thing if you really wish to. Could be that crazy, but I don't know. There's some people out there these day and age, you don't know what you want. But the options are as follows. Available jobs. So this one, obviously, it does give the description saying pretty much what's on the tin. So it's the available jobs that are available to you. Next one, contract expiring players. So all the contracts for your players and your scouts and coaches and all that sort of business are all in here, saying who his contracts are expiring soonest. Now we have the XG windows. All of this is in alphabetical order, so some of them will be, they might look mixed up, but it's alphabetical for a reason. So defending, teams defending XG. So it'll say in blue your club, what your XG is like compared to other people, and then the average of like League One. So you can see the average of League One. Obviously there's a lot of teams in League One. Was it 24 teams? We can see that we're pretty good on our XG, to be honest. You know, we won the league, so it should be. And next option is salary, finance and salary. So this is where you'd find out how much money you've got, how well you're doing. See, we had a nice cup run in that particular window there. Managed to get some extra cash in. I think we played Fulham, might have been, who they're in Premier League, and we had a decent bit of cash off them. Obviously we haven't got a lot of money. As you can see, we're down to, what is it, just under £500,000. Not great. Fixtures and results. So this will give you all of your fixtures and all of your results right throughout the whole season, pre-season, the whole lot. And you'll also go to general performance, and again XG, average of the league, our general performance. As you can see, other than conceding goals, we outshone everyone. Goals conceded. So again, more information tells you where the goals were conceded from. Goal types, place shots 23. So the assists, where the assists come from, assist types, so corners, free kicks, crosses, opposition mistakes, all that sort of stuff. So obviously our next one after that is goals scored, and again same scenario, tells you where your goals have come from, goal type, assists, assist type, so it's all there, all the information you need. Then we go to our inbox. Now you will see inboxes there in the sidebar as well, but this just gives you an overview of what is in your inbox. And next one is insecure jobs. So we can see that Thierry Henry is currently the Arsenal manager, and they're not happy with him. League table, as we know, we've already seen league table. Manager performance. So this one just gives you what the board and all are sort of saying on how you've been performing, and also noticeable criticism. So disappointed with one of the players, how he's performing at the moment. Boards have always got their ways of saying things and ideas. Match preparation. Obviously we've a long way off playing a game because we've just finished the season. I've just thrown this friendly in just so we can see what this window looks like, because when you have no games it actually just says there no fixture, and that whole top area there is empty. Medical centre. So at the moment we've got a couple of injuries, but there's nobody at risk, so not really concerned there. But that would normally have all your players in there that are at risk if you had a game coming up. Bit like the inbox, this gives you the news of everything that's going on in the leagues around you. Pending transfers. So this is pending transfers. Josh Thomas, as you can see down here, Josh Thomas scored 35 goals for us in the league last season, and we had him on loan, so we decided to activate an agreed price for him, 4.4 million. So we are in the championship next season, so we've spent a bit of cash. Player stats, as I was just saying, player stats down there. You can see why I've got them in this screen, because they do have a big box area which is just empty, so it's better to have them down in this area or one of the other 6 areas that are there. We've got 4 big boxes, 6 of the smaller boxes. So player stats: top goal scorer, highest average rating, most assists, best pass completion, most player of the matches award, most yellow cards, and most red cards. So again, just a few stats just to help you along. Another XG, this time pressing, so how well we did the press in games. Promises, have we made any promises to players? Yes, we have. As we can see, youth players, we've said to a lot of them, and everybody's really happy with that so far. 2 have succeeded, 3 are in progress, so it's always good if you can get your promises or complete on your promises. It does make a big difference in Football Manager. You do not want unhappy players because you've promised them something and you don't do it. It gives you a bad reputation. Scouting Centre. This is a big one. So this tells you where your scouts are and what they're doing. So there's 7 on active assignments. You've got 10 members, 2 are unassigned totally at the moment. Tells you what your budget is, how much budget you got remaining. So at the moment I've got no package because it's the end of the season, and tells you who your chief scout and all is as well. And you can put the responsibility there as well. You can click on that and either delegate or say who you want to sort out your scouts for you. Obviously I just leave the chief scout do it. That's what his job paid for, so leave him up to it. Squad status. Again, another good one. You can see who's listed, who's on loan, how many players are on holiday at the moment. Obviously they're all the way on holiday. How many injuries you've got, how many people are actually interested in buying your players. So we've got a few there that people want to buy. future transfers. People are being scouted. So 3 of my players are being scouted currently by other teams. Contracts running out. So we've got 3 players there that are running out of contract. We've got 30 youth players. And we've got 2 that will be on free contracts soon. So they'll be leaving the club. So again, just to give you a bit of an overview on that there. Staff. So this one tells you how many staff members you're currently allowed, how many you're advised to have, and you can also see, you know, at the moment we need another coach for the under 23s because we've only got 4 of our 5 allotted. Same with performance analysis. So sometimes it's not worth having this one open all the time, but it's worth having a box that you just click on and just go, well, hang on a minute, let's have a little look a minute. Staff. So you can just have a quick look. I normally keep this one down in the bottom left as my one that I just will check XGs and that sort of thing, because the XG performance still comes in, even though it's not in the big box, still comes in nicely there. So it's an option again, but it's whatever floats your boat, to be honest. Next one here, team competition. So this one, a bit like team stats that you see, sort of tells you how well you've done in your competitions that you are in. Team injuries. So this is again a bit like the medical centre, tells you what players are injured, what they've got. Tight Achilles 1 more day, pulled groin 1 to 5 days, so he's been out for a while with a groin strain. Next one, like I said, team stats, how many games you've played in the league. So this, when it says team stats, this purely is stats for league. So 123 goals scored in the league, 55 goals conceded, 91 yellow cards, 1 red, average rating for our attendance. Training. At the moment obviously there's no training, but normally when there's training going on, you will have a best performer, a worst performer, and it will tell you what your training schedule and all is in here. Team happiness. Obviously at the moment again, we're pre-season, so there's no information for that currently, but it is one that will give us lots of information on who's happy, who's not. Team performance, again another one at the moment currently, because we're pre-season, but again you'll get used to all these sorts of things. You know, some of these you might think, I'm never going to use that. That's fair enough. You might not, someone else might. Training breakdowns. This tells you what each section of training. So we've got people doing tactical. This is for your coaches and all. Tactical, technical, defending. Blah de blah de blah. Another XG. This time vision. How well we did with the vision. So we was. Not quite sure why we're just one-sided on that, but creativity, you would think we was quite high, but we are in certain pieces. And an overall XG of the season. So this one's saying that we was expected an average of 1.7 goals per game. So our XG of 82.2. I'm not sure if everyone's up on XG. It's a brand new thing in Football Manager, but you can see for yourself all about it. You can look at it online, Google XG, and it'll explain it to you as well if you're not quite sure. I'm not 100% to be honest. It's definitely something I'm learning. So XG points, our XG points positioning, we was meant to have been second in the league, and we actually finished first. So we finished 1 above our XG, so I was happy with that. Now we can also see different pieces across the top here, and also the bar above where our selections are, and you'll see team news. So when it gets nearer to the game, it will say whether you've got suspensions, whether you've got injuries and all that sort of thing as well. Obviously you're the manager, so it'll have you here, and it'll have your opponent's manager there. It'll also say what fixtures you've got, and it'll give you a rundown of the last few games you've played and what upcoming fixtures there are. It'll also tell you when the next match is, 49 days away. So we've got a nice pre-season break for the boys. And it tells you who you're playing. Now in the top header bar, you will see a few arrows left, right, up and down, and also a little drop down menu as well. And over this side you'll see a world, a calendar, the continue button, and obviously options. Obviously the continue button, you can use the continue button, you can press a space bar during your game, that will also continue. If anybody out there with a laptop or PC, depending on how you're playing the game, you can press the space bar to continue, as well as your calendar. Click on the calendar. This will give you all the information you require about players signing for you, games that are upcoming, all the information, training schedules, everything's in there. It's like your mini little calendar. World. So from the world one, you can go and check out your teams. You can check out the teams in your division. The next one is the nation you are managing in and the divisions that are in the nation you are managing. Then you have the nations which are within the continent that you are managing in, if you get my gist. So you can see all the teams there that are all European. And then you have the continents and also the international competitions. And then last of all, on the left hand side is the world. You can also shortcut to these, just go to Europe for sake's sake. It'll bring up all the European competitions. Click on Asia, all the Asian competitions. Self-explanatory, really. It's just a lot of the time with the game, it's just have a few clicks, click a few buttons, click, click, click. That's all you need to do. Now we come to this little array of arrows. We have the drop down. Click on the drop down. This will bring up all of your staff. So every member of staff that you have in the club. This is from the home screen. Each time you're on a different screen, if you're in a player profile, when you click on this, you will click on all your players. So all the players from that team. If you're in an international screen, it'll be all the players from that international team. Up and down, left and right. So the up and down buttons, what you do with these, you can scroll through currently, because we're in the manager's home screen, you'd scroll through all of your staff. So we'd go down to Sam Schulberg, Martin Longworth, and so on and so on. I'll click back on the home button. But what we did do, if you see when we click on Sam Schulberg, that's not a good example. We'll click on the inbox and then we'll click on a player. So if we click back, we can see that we can go forward, back, back. So we go back and it'll give you an option then to go forward and back if that option's available to you. Now I hope that this has helped you understand the home screen. If there's anything you're unsure of, all of the stuff, every single thing that you see here, barring XG and a few other little tiny bits and pieces, is totally clickable. Even if you go on your performance, you can pull up an even bigger XG, which gives you all the information, a bit more information about XG. Every single thing you're on here, you can click on. You know, if we want to click onto Truro City for sake's sake, and it brings up another screen with more information. Every single screen, every single thing is clickable. And I hope that does help you, because it does help me in a big way, because the amount of times you're in somewhere you think, let me just click on that a minute, I want to see that. Now this will be the first of a long line of deep dives into the skin, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And please do subscribe to the channel, like, comment, notify, get it all in down below. Helps out with this channel in no uncertain terms. The algorithm in Football Manager is an absolute nightmare, and whatever you can do to help us out here, we're more than happy with it. And if there's anything you want to see, would you want to see something, get it in the comments. We can look at it. If there's a particular part of the skin you want to look at that we haven't covered as yet, like I said, we will be going down through the sidebar, and then we'll be deep diving into each section. So we will come back over the home screen, because there are bits and pieces where we can click into just to show you how to get to another part, but we will cover them later on down through there. But please do come back again, and we'll see you soon in the next one. Thank you very much.